Thank you so much, Anne, and good afternoon, North Shore Democrats, and everyone watching at home. Um, I am Leslie Boykin, and I'm running to be the next judge of County Court at Law number 6. It is great to have plenty of time to tell you why I believe that I'm the best candidate to take over and continue the success of this court. I possess the temperament, the life experience, and the skills to be the next judge of Court 6 because I've dedicated my 17-year career as a criminal defense attorney to helping people by defending over 2,500 individuals at this point, mostly underprivileged court-assigned people. I've focused my practice on mental health and have handled over 5,000 cases in 7 different Texas counties and also in federal court. So after practicing in all these counties and representing people in many different criminal courts, I have seen what works and what doesn't work. And I never intended on running for judge, even though 20 years ago when I was in law school, I worked at the law library and one of the librarians told me that I should. And I was a little confused by that and really very interested in, excuse me, I'm going to shut this blind here, becoming a criminal defense attorney. So that was kind of something that I put aside and went on my way, towards graduating law school and starting my practice. But in the last 8 years or so, I've noticed that there's, things are lacking in some of our courts. And while Court 6 has been a wonderful success with the youth diversion docket called Project Engage, I would like to expand that docket so that we can get more 17 to 21-year-old kids in it. When they go through this program, Project Engage, which is award-winning, they hear motivational speakers, they do community service in inspiring places, and not only do they end and graduate the program with a dismissal of their criminal charge or charges, but they also get a free expunction paid for by the county. Now, a market rate for an expunction is about $2,500, including the filing fee. So that is of immense importance to help them move on with a clean slate and have a true second chance. Because as many of you probably know, since you're active in criminal justice reform and democratic politics, a criminal record can really hurt someone's chances of succeeding in life. It can hamper their ability to get housing, to get student loans, to get possession of their children. And so it's very important that people so young who have, it's their first time in the criminal justice system, that they not only move on without a conviction, but truly with a clean slate. So, like I said, I focused my practice on mental health. My mother dedicated her entire career to special education, and she took my sister and I along with her back in the 80s when it was allowed to home visits for some of the kids that she served. And we learned very quickly how lucky and blessed we were. And my mother has never let us forget that. And my sister and I strive to be involved in our community and to do everything we can to help others around us. In about 14 years ago, Travis County came up with their first ever mental health specialty docket. It was a diversion docket for people with an Axis 1 or a serious mental illness, such as bipolar or schizophrenia. And I jumped at the chance to be on that docket. I was one of only about a dozen attorneys who were approved by the Travis County courts and judges to be on that docket. And I maintained like a constant presence on that docket for about 10 years until my private practice got super busy and I was going, in all kinds of different directions. And the mental health docket will assign a defense attorney approximately 4 or 5 clients a week. So it is very, very intensive. And I have still continued to take mental health appointments, and I purposefully get my clients admitted to those dockets, and I'm still able to represent them on those specialty dockets, both misdemeanor and felony. So after 17 years, I've won awards for my representation of clients as well as my mentorship As a young lawyer, I served on the Austin Young Lawyers Association Board of Directors with many people that are now judges. And in 2020, ALA, as we call it, Austin Young Lawyers, gave me their mentorship award because I have mentored about 24 young attorneys from all walks of life. Just they called me up, asked if they could come shadow me in the courthouse and see how it works running a solo practice. And I said, come on, let's go. So I really enjoy teaching. Before I went to law school, I taught high school Spanish. And I never thought that I was going to be a teacher, but it, really just happened that they really needed a Spanish teacher desperately, and I wanted a break between college and law school. So it was extremely rewarding, and I took my 6 classes worth of kids and turned them completely around to kids that love Spanish, love to speak Spanish, love the Spanish speaking Latina culture. And I was very proud that I opened their eyes to how wonderful that can be. So after teaching high school Spanish in deep East Texas, I moved back here to Austin and I started my practice less than a year after being licensed. I had absolutely no money at all. I started it in my duplex apartment with a multifunction center, and that's it. So after traveling to Caldwell County and Hayes County, taking court-assigned cases, I started taking court-assigned cases in Travis County because they require you to have a certain number of trials before you're admitted to take those assigned cases. I still practice in other counties, but my office has always been in Austin. I have been involved in the community, both by volunteering with young people, as well as in my neighborhood and at my church. I have been on the mock trial coach advisory team that is facilitated by Austin Bar Association for about 10 years with Aikens High School over here close to where we live, and have just really enjoyed and found it very rewarding to point kids in the direction of a legal career and show them that it is within their reach, and to bring out their talent and praise them for doing well. And that is something I will continue to do. Also, for the last 10 years, I've been involved in the Dripping Springs domestic violence mock trial program in Hayes County. I've also presented to the Hayes County Bench Bar, and as well as Austin Bar Association here.
10 seconds.
I'm currently on the Austin Bar Association Board of Directors, and I can't believe it's already been 8 minutes. I was a precinct chair for the Democratic Party for 7 years before I filed to run. I want to continue Project Engage, expand it, and I've got 2 other new ideas that will cost no money and increase greater justice.